about something else that has been on my mind. And some people have had people say this a lot of times because of obviously what we are going through as a country. People have been wishing and hoping that somehow Jonathan will come back to power. Somehow would revert back to Goodluck Jonathan. And I have a deep issue with that. I'm sorry if maybe you don't like what I'm about to say. I apologize in advance. But I'm going to say this, right? The fact that we are willing to go back to Jonathan tells me and should tell you that we've not learned our lesson as a country. The fact that we are willing to go back to someone that we rejected. Don't forget, we voted this guy out. We asked him to leave. We didn't want him anymore. The fact that we are willing to go back to someone that we said no to in 2015. I think, that was 2015. That says that for some reason, we've not yet found our footing as a country. Let's not, and maybe we have an issue. Maybe we have the issue of amnesia as a country, right? We forget things easily. And I'm not saying you, maybe me as well. Sometimes I've thought to myself, maybe Jonathan was better. But I'm not going to abdicate responsibility on behalf of Jonathan. In my own opinion, and like I said, you may disagree with me on this, I'm sorry in advance. However, in my own opinion, Jonathan was one of the worst presidents we've ever had. Keep Buhari aside, right? And let's judge him based on the 6 years he was in power. He was one of the most incompetent, one of the most ineffective, one of the most weak. He was very weak when he was in power. Any word you want to use to describe him, go for it. And if you look at the amount of corruption, and I'm not saying Buhari is better. My point is this, right? As a country, we have to do better in electing our leaders. We have to do better in saying to ourselves as a country, we don't want to go back to these corrupt people anymore. We don't want to go back to a guy under whose administration Alison Madueke was selling how many billion dollars. And this is what we know about. Don't forget, these figures are usually more. If they say, for example, that Alison Madueke stole $1 billion, you'd be right to assume that the money was more than $1 billion. I mean, you all saw the amount of chains, jewelry. I could read it out for you. I mean, everyone, the story went viral. So the fact that we are willing to go back to, like I said, the fact we are willing to accept and say to ourselves, let's go back to this guy, means that we have to, as a country, say to ourselves that this is enough is enough with this kind of leadership. We don't deserve Buhari, of course. We don't deserve Jonathan. We don't deserve all these guys. They are so incapable. They are so ineffective. They can't lead a country. They don't have the capacity to lead a country. And so I'm looking forward to 2 years from now, right? All we can do as a country is come out and vote. Come out and make your voices heard. After EndSARS happened, right? With all the memories about EndSARS, with all the things that Buhari has done, is doing, and will do, the lesson that I, Nobu, is learning is that I have to exercise my civic duty come 2 years' time. I have to go out and ensure that I make my voice, and I'm voting the best person for the job. I'm not going to go back to Jonathan. Even if he leaves PDP, for example, and goes to APC, like it was rumored a couple of weeks ago, I won't vote for him. I don't think he did well as a leader. Yes, you might disagree with me and say he was better. I just want to say this, I'm not saying Buhari is any better, I'm not saying it at all. My point simply is this: we cannot escape or avoid to point out Jonathan's ineptitude, Jonathan's ineffectiveness, Jonathan's failures. As a leader, he failed miserably, he failed massively as a leader. I've seen people try to equate Jonathan with Nelson Mandela. Come on, you can't even do that. You can't say that as a sensible person and try to equate Jonathan with a man that did something to every black person that Jonathan can never do. You can't equate someone like Jonathan to a Mandela. It's not possible. No one comes close. Nobody. No. I'm sorry to not even Obama comes close Mandela, to what his impact means to me as a black man, as an African, as a Nigerian. So I don't know what you think, I don't know what your opinions are, but for me, like I said, it's time we let go. It's time we say to ourselves, we've been making a mistake all this time in electing our leaders. And one thing I'm proposing, my solution to this is this, right? At the state level, at your individual states, elect credible governors. Let us elect people that in our states, for example, Anambra State, for example, I pray Soludo does well, honestly. I really do pray he does well. Our hopes are so high. I mean, he overpromised. He really promised us that he promised he was gonna make Anambra look like America. I'm not saying directly, indirectly, that's what he told us. When he was saying that he has lived in UK, he's lived in Europe, what he was telling me and what I think he was telling you is that okay, make Anambra Deka, this country is Opolafa. So at the state level, whether you're from Kwara State, Kaduna State, Lagos, Imo, wherever you're from, elect people that are going to go in there and do the job. Because once those states become good, that means Nigeria is good. Once the component states of Nigeria, once those component states are better, are good, Nigeria as a whole is good at that point. So my solution is a micro level. My solution is not a macro level. My solution is that at the micro level, at that small level, that level that is very important, that affects your life as much as the federal level affects your life, we can try to do our best to solve and make things better at that level. And hopefully, Nigeria as a whole can become better. Nigeria as a whole can become great. So let me know what you think. Maybe you don't agree with me. That's fine. Maybe you think Jonathan was better. I'm not comparing and contrasting, obviously. I'm just judging Jonathan based on his time as a leader. That's what you have to do. If you want to be analytical, I'm judging him based on what did he do when he was in office. Obviously, Buhari is worse. Obviously, Buhari is I don't know how to describe him, but he's a failure, obviously. But my point is, when it comes to Jonathan, and from what people have been saying, I just felt I had to address this and say to people, let's not absolve this guy of any kind of responsibility. He owes Nigeria a lot. He owes us. He owes us an apology for what he did to our country. The looting that happened from Madueke to Kola Aluko to Dasuki. Come on, Dasuki. Let's not forget the arms gates. When he took money that was supposed to be used to fight Boko Haram and stole the money. Let's not forget Dasuki Gates. Billions of dollars that was supposed to use to buy arms and ammunition. Let's not forget that Boko Haram began under Jonathan. So many issues. We can talk about this all day, but if you're in Nigeria, you know what happened. Let's not forget all those that were killed. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying these things are not happening under Buhari, but I'm just focusing on Jonathan for now. Buhari, on a different day, we'll talk about him. But for now, based on what people are saying, let's go back Jonathan, blah, blah, blah. He is a good leader, this and that. He was peaceful. No, we can't. Let's not do that. Let's not do that as a country. So please let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. I would really like to know what your thoughts are. And please comment on the comment section below. Let us know what you think. And if there's any topic you want me to cover as well, let us know and we'll do it. Thank you and God bless.